Hello. So in this video, I am going to talk about how to attract money into your reality. Okay. So my name is Crystal Hoban, aka Crystal Clear Mystic. And when it comes to attracting money, it's interesting. From my perspective, I believe that what you attract is what you are. So this idea that if you feel like you are worth millions, if you feel like you are worthy of millions, if you feel like you are worthy of ease, if you feel like you are deserving, right? Then those things will automatically be attracted and magnified to you. Magnetic, whatever. You will bring those things into your reality. And I see a lot people who have these blocks when it comes to like money blocks and this lack of awareness around what these money blocks are. So recently I was in a class and someone was talking about how they wrote this book and they are giving it away for free. And the reason that they actually came up in the class and wanted to share and ask a question was because they were struggling to put their services out there. They were struggling to attract clients. They were struggling to like maintain a client flow. And what's really interesting to me is that this individual was not aware that they were actually blocking their own abundance. They had their own abundant blocks, their own money blocks. And what I was able to pick up on as they were speaking and talking to the teacher was that they don't feel like they deserve to be paid for their services. They didn't feel like what they were providing to the client was worth a repeat visit. So this is an example of something very recent that I have personally witnessed. And, you know, even the selling the book for free concept or not selling the book at all, right? Putting all this time and energy into this thing and then believing that it doesn't deserve to be paid for, right? Like, what is that signaling to your body? And what is that signaling to your quantum field? And what is that signaling to your mind about yourself? Because every action carries a message. So when you are, giving things that you worked on that took a lot of time and energy and brain space away for free, you're sending a message to the universe, divine source, God, whatever you call it. And the message that you're sending is that my words aren't worthy of being bought. They're not worth much, right? So this is a recent example that actually I witnessed very, very recently, only a couple days ago. But there are other ones that come up for me as I'm talking about this topic. And it's like, people who lowball themselves when it comes to providing services and what they charge, right? That also says what you think you're worth. People who overbook themselves or don't have boundaries around their scheduling in regards to the times and days that they schedule, they'll just take everything and anything. That mentality of taking everything and anything, how do you think that affects what you believe about yourself or how you see yourself? So my point is that every day, all through the day, we are constantly sending out messages and signals to the universe about our worthiness, about what we believe we deserve, about what we're worth, okay? And this translates into money. If you witnessed your parents growing up or whoever you lived with growing up, and they worked really, really, really hard for money, then you probably have a belief that you need to work really, really, really hard for money. And if you're not working hard for money, then it's not going to come to you, right? That puts a message out into the universe about your worth and what you deserve, right? You think that you deserve to work very hard, long hours. It has to be difficult for you to receive money. So that's actually a belief that I see probably the most. And that is a huge belief that needs to be shifted. That needs to be reframed. Just because that's something you experienced or witnessed doesn't mean that that has to be your reality or your truth. I say this to clients all the time. There are many truths within this world, within this reality, within this existence. There's many of them, okay? But you get to decide what truth you want to believe and you want to live. So, if you want to believe that money is hard to come by and it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time and it's hard, then that will be your experience. That could be true if that's what you want to live in. But it could also be true that money flows to me. My creations bring money into me. My creations that I love, that I do, that are inspirational, that I feel drawn to, that are play. Money flows to me when I'm attached to that part of myself. I attract money with ease, right? Because I do what I love and that produces what I need. So, that can look many different ways. I can already hear people saying, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That can look many different ways, right? That can look like drawing. That can look like painting. And some of those painters and drawers, they become book illustrators, right? It's about learning how to combine what you love with and what you enjoy doing with what is practical in some ways. There has to be some type of practicality to some degree. But it's really about being able to connect those two things. Now, to be able to connect those two things, you have to feel safe in your body. You have to feel good in your body. You have to feel comfortable in your body to be able to play and to be able to tap into your inspiration and to be able to feel excited. And your creative nature is something that takes you being calm to be able to fully tap into to find that path. So when it comes to money mindset, it's really about what you think. Do you think that life is supposed to be a 9-to-5 job and that you only get weekends? Is that what you believe life is supposed to look like? Do you believe that you only get to rest on weekends and on vacations that are given to you by someone else? Do you believe that you're capable of creating something that can produce income and give you freedom? Do you deserve freedom? Right? See what I did there? So when it comes to getting your mind right, it's really important for you to kind of sit down and understand what are your beliefs around money. Like you got to be real honest with yourself. What do you actually believe about money? What do you actually believe making money means or how it looks? And where does that come from? And are you willing to believe something different or shift that belief or reframe that belief? Are you willing to let go of that and believe something different? I do have offerings in my bio if you feel called. I do coaching and things like that to help you with this kind of thing. I also am a psychic and I do spiritual guidance to help you understand where the blocks are if that's something that you feel like you need help with. But it's up to you. Your reality is what you decide it to be. Love and light.